That's a big tank. When I brought the saw home, I also drained all the oil out. Again, I don't know what was going on in there. I don't know if the guy was running waste oil in there, which is very bad for saws. So I just dumped all the oil that was in there out, and we're going to refill it with some nice fresh oil. Okay guys, let's see if she starts. We're going to squeeze the trigger, put the choke all the way down. Make sure our compression release is in, so it'll be easier to pull. I'm going to put the chain brake on because that just seems smart. And because we rebuilt the carburetor, there's no fuel in the system. It might take a few pulls to get the fuel in there. As soon as we hear the saw try to start, we're going to move the choke up to half choke and pull it some more, and she should start right up. Okay, we're going to move it up to half choke. We're going to push the compression release back in because it came out when it tried to start. 1 or 2 pulls, she should start. Compression release back in, chain brake on. Hopefully. Half choke, compression release back in. Okay guys, I'm going to assume there's something off with the carburetor settings. So I'm going to go ahead and mess with the screws a bit and see if we can come back with the saw running better. I think everything's okay. I think the carb just needs to be adjusted. I'm not sure this part's going to make it in or not because I am definitely not an expert at tuning carburetors. But I had issues with my 036 once, and the best thing you can do if your carb is way out of tune is just go back to the factory settings. So for this saw, they want you to tighten the screws all the way. You tighten them all the way, not super tight, just until you feel some resistance, and then you back off 1 turn. Everything's going to be pretty close with the basic settings, and then you might have to adjust the LA screw to get your idle high enough that the saw keeps running, but the chain doesn't move. But once you adjust the LA screw, you're probably going to have to adjust the L screw as well. So it's like a back and forth. So we might be able to get close, but I'm not sure. The fine tuning, it's going to be very frustrating for me and for you guys. But let's see what happens. So I think I got the screw. You see how this screwdriver has a little piece of plastic coming out? So I just know if I go back 1 turn, that screw's good. Put this one in. Okay, we're going to put it in all the way. And it was only like 3/4. We're going to come, the little tang is here. We're going to come back out. 1 turn. Okay, so now we want to see if we can at least keep it running. Push this forward to lock the chain. We're going to push down our compression release so it's easier to pull. Half choke because it's already been running, and let's see what happens. all the way, and then back them out one turn, and now the saw is idling fine. So this is a 25-inch bar. So what'd you think, guys? You know, that was a 25-inch bar, and that was white oak, and you know, she didn't bog, she didn't hesitate, she just kept going right through it. And I had pretty much the whole bar buried near the end of that cut, and no hesitation whatsoever. And I think, you know, the difference between these bigger saws and like my 036 is these guys, they're not as fast, or they don't rev up as quick, but boy, they got a lot of torque, and they just keep that bar moving. I also want to say, guys, you know, the carburetor turning, I am by no means an expert. All I've done is watch a few videos on YouTube, read a few manuals. I feel like I'm pretty close to it, but I know if I took it to the dealer, they could really dial that in. I'm gonna call the 066 project a victory. And you know, I got basically a brand new saw here, and I think by the time all is said and done, I've got about $650 into the project with all the new parts I bought. Yeah, I have a lot of hours into the job, but I mean, this is what I love to do. For me, it was fun. It was fun to do, and it was fun to edit the video to show you guys what I'm doing. Thanks a lot for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed the series, and y'all come back soon. Take care.